Ça va?
Oui, je vais bien. Et vous?
Ça va. Après très longtemps
Oui,
on the same
c'est très
screen.
vrai. Oui, mais je pense que ça serait bien.
Oui, oui, oui. Ça va. Okay. So what's up with you these days?
Just finishing up work, being busy, missing French days. Because it was a
French
habit
word?
to missing French days because, yeah, used to be busy now, it just blank in the routine. So trying to do
Well,
some things, reading some
yeah.
books, diverting mind.
What books are you reading?
I was financial knowledge ones, motivation, kind of
Okay.
philosophies, human psychologies.
Mm,
Yep,
ça va. So a lot of people are joining in the chat. Can you see the chat?
I can, yes.
Okay, in the chat, all of them are saying bonjour.
Bonjour à tous.
Joshua is eagerly waiting for the stage of the journey.
You will get it. Just be patient, you will get it.
Yeah,
I was doing the same by seeing other people results. When I will get it, it will eventually come.
well. So wait, before we start get into it, I just want to give a brief introduction.
Okay.
Good morning. So yeah, normally I don't know if you have been attending the lives, Varshil. I think you did a few.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. So I normally ask everyone just to start if they can guess if I have a sore throat that day or no.
Okay.
So you get to do that today.
Okay.
So what do you think?
It's okay.
No, no,
Mine,
it's okay. Okay.
yeah. It's cold,
Well,
but it's fine.
okay. Ça va. Well, so I will like to give a brief introduction of Varshil. He started studying with us in 2000, in September last year, 24. Uh, and he had his exam earlier this year in August, if I'm not wrong.
No.
Okay.
That's 4th of September 2025 was my exam, and I joined on 23rd of September 2024.
Mm. Yeah, that I remember.
Yes.
And tell us about your profession when you came to Canada.
Oh, okay. Whole journey, short and
Mm.
sweet. So basically, I belongs to Gujarat. I came here after completing my 12th in December 2022. My course was in Sheridan College. It was 2 years diploma. I was having environmental field technician as my diploma. I finished my graduation in April 2024. Then I was finding job as people do, usually on work permit. So my work permit arrives in July 2024, and I got my field job in August, basically. Then I moved to Calgary from Ontario, Brampton. And when I got some research about French and how to get my PR and everything, although I was doing, but my preference was not French. Okay. I was relying on PNPs for my professions because some of the people who have an experience or who got their PR, they were saying like you will get it when you have a field job and 1 year of experience, so it would be easier. But then things get worse in 2023. So I started to just explore the paths that I have because after 12th is a bit of hard for everybody. So till 2024 August, I was not have like the French was not in my life at all. Then suddenly I called to my friend and asked like, "Do you have any French teacher number or everything?" So my friend's friend suggested La Forêt. So I never inquired, like I never did official inquiry. As an inquiry, I just sent that I just need to learn it. So what's the plan from there? So Saurabh sir helped me with it, and I got enrolled. I started to learn, and yes, finished four level, A2, A0 to B2, I can say now. And yes, I finished my exam on 4th of September 2025, close to year, and got result in TCF at on 11th of September 2025.
Mm, amazing. So, yeah, Anvisha is saying that you're the star student
No,
of Lava.
no, it's a bit of exaggeration, but thank you.
Okay, so you can also talk about your work, like what is the field of your work,
Oh,
and then
okay.
we come to French. Yeah.
So generally people don't understand what I do.
Mm.
So sometimes I
That's
just
why I want you to explain it and not me.
so yeah, we had a one talk in French where I was struggling to explain it. So now the time I can explain well in English. So basically what I do is I'm environmental engineer, my post is. So basically we work with government and other clients. Like there are gas station sites or bigger excavation projects that we do. So for government, for an example, we are the first person who gonna examine the soil or the site to make any bigger projects. Like if government wants to make LRT stations, like train stations or any shopping malls and everything. So there is a basic requirement of having site assessment before they build anything, or even residential areas. So over there we work. There are certain sites all over Canada where things are contaminated and we cure them. Like cure meaning not 100% cure, but we remediate them so in future government can use it. So
Okay.
basically that's one part. But second one is like quality controls, remediation, excavation, drilling, groundwater monitoring, then vertical surveys, and then some office work. That's what I usually do in day-to-day life. But I'm not office guy, so mostly I go outside in different parts of Alberta. I work remotely, like on field 24, like around 8 to 10 hours a day. It doesn't matter it's winter or not. So I'm always outside.
Okay. Yeah, so you told me yesterday that it was freezing a
Today
little.
today was snowstorm. It was like minus 23 degrees, but it was okay. It
Hmm.
was bearable.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so how did you manage this with a full-time field job?
Okay. So to be very honest, for me, it is complicated, obviously. That's why I don't explain. So basically, when I started, I was newly joined in my company as well because I started in August and I started my French simultaneously in September after a month, basically. So I was not as motivated in the starting of the journey just because I was new in the city, I was new in the job, and I was new with my surrounding Canadian people. So when I started, I was not giving as much as attention that I should give at the basic levels. So the schedule was like that. I wake up around like 6 o'clock. I go in my work, and then if come at like 6:30 in the summer days because the days are longer, so you usually work longer basically. So I come at like 6:30, then make dinner by myself, everything, the things that we do here, and I start to pre-prep the French lecture because obviously you don't know at the beginning, but you will like for an example, ABCD pronunciation or the numbers that you give or basic like bonjour or greetings that we learn in A1, right? So I tried to revise them before our class, which was around 7:30. I'm not wrong, 7:38.
Yeah.
It was
Hmm.
8, yeah. So I would say, yeah. So 8 o'clock my class starts, and then I finish up class at 9. Then I get like 30 minutes of break where I revise, not revise. I I try to plan or study the things that we did in the class. So that's 9:30. From 9:30, I usually go gym. So about 2 hours over there. Then family time till 11:30 or maybe 12. Then I go to bed, finishing up my morning prep and everything, keep everything ready to go, and then I sleep. So this was kind of the days that I had in initially, although without the motivation of learning French. So the 1 hour was like I'm at the middle of nowhere. I don't know anything, and I'm trying to understand. As you know, that I was bad in listening. I was not
Hmm.
understanding properly. And even for, I would say, in this beginning of the classes, I was not even good in the pronunciation as well. So all people were learning, and I'm just sitting there doing nothing, trying to imitate the people what they are doing, and it feels like I'm not exaggerating, or oh, I would say not exaggerating, but I'm not learning anything from the lectures that are going on. So that frustration was a big hurdle for me to even get motivated and indulge myself into French properly. But when when you know that you are survived till 21 days or month, then you feel like you have a ace of something, meaning you understand how to approach the things, right? And I was asking you constantly how to improve and not. Then you suggested some books for grammar and everything. So things get well when you understand it, right? So I started with some YouTube slow French videos. I tried to listen some stuff. Then in my own time where I have like 1 hour or 1.5 hour a day in my busy schedule,
Mhm.
I tried to took some notes from whatever I was studying by myself or the grammar books that you recommended. So when my grammar got bit nicer along, like simultaneously, I was getting a grab, like I was getting a skill of having a listening in through YouTube or through podcast to Spotify. So then things got bit easier for me.
So what time was that?
So it was mid of A1, I would say that I got it is I would how to say, like I'm not trying to be sugar, like I'm not sugarcoating anything, but yes, for me was I was in love with French at that time because
A1?
the yes, at the mid of A1, because I was learning grammar, I was making sentences. And if you remember, I was writing in essays in A2, which people like in our
No, but
class was not
people
doing it.
do. Yeah.
So at
Uh,
that time, it was big motivation that I'm writing something.
Even if you were writing it wrong, but you were writing.
Yes,
So
that's the
yeah.
thing. For
Yeah,
me,
I
it
would
was a
like
big
to
thing, right?
mention here that yes, at that point it was not all correct. It was there were a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
I remember because I we had a discussion about this.
yeah,
And then we agreed that okay, Varshil will still write while making all these mistakes because that's how we improve.
yeah. So writing made me fall in love with French. Only writing.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking was still because we were not communicating in French during our lectures. So it was not that exposure of having speaking naturally, or I would say without error. Still, it is not without error, but I would say I tackled it a bit.
Okay.
So listening and reading were the problem till end, I would say.
In the end, yeah.
Yes. But writing was the part where I was most comfortable in. Like, doesn't matter how the ideas are there or whatever the question is there, but yes, that didn't reflect in my result. I would say it was okay.
And I would also like to mention here that I don't know how to say this that like Varshil is a normal individual. It's not like he is extraordinarily smart or something.
Mm, yeah, that's
He's
true.
very intelligent, that's true. but not
Oh,
something extra. Okay, so like there are some people who from the beginning, from the very childhood, they excel at everything, and they are the topper of their class, everything. So I used to ask Varshil. He was always a teacher's pet. I think I am assuming right now.
yes, I
So,
was.
but he made efforts for it. Okay, so what I mean to say here is that with the correct efforts, it was doable. It's not like it came naturally to him. He had to make a
Yeah,
lot of efforts. He made a lot of errors.
always says this, and even I said before that when I started, the stubborn mindset of mine was like, I cannot make mistakes, which was totally wrong when you learn a language, right? So I would say that learning comes when you make mistakes, in specifically in language, I would say, because
Hmm.
I used to think that I speak English naturally, like although English is not my first language, I speak it averagely nice, I would say, than French. So how I'm not that good in French. So that made me in stress and it was reflecting on my journey sometime. I was getting overstressed, anxious about why I'm not forwarding myself in the journey of French. It happened more in B1 because I had everything as in grammar and now the time was to put everything in action. Because there was the time where we started to speak in French during our classes. So it was like, and even if you remember, at the starting week, I told you that I need a break. This is not for me, and I'm just being more like I'm overthinking a lot. So I told you just give me a break of a week because listening audios were just going out of no, I was not knowing anything. I was not able to grasp everything from the audio. So that scared me a lot when I was doing B1, right? So I would say I made mistakes in my writing, which led me at the point where I was writing, I would say 80% correct. Right? I'm
In
not saying
B1.
100%. Yeah, B1, I would say. Then B1, where I got my top notch writing. I would say the peak of my writing, and then things started to get fall off, if you remember.
Yeah.
So because I tried new things, I was where I was trying to be more complicated than usual. So yeah, make mistake you will get when like wherever you want to, but it will lead you to a learning which you will not gonna forget till the end. When teacher
Okay.
says that this is the mistake that you're gonna make, we ignore sometimes like okay, this is just a general idea. But when you make by yourself, you remember. Like it is same with our parents thing as well. That would I say. Then parents says everything, but we never listen. And when we experience it, like, okay, this was right. Boom. So I think yes, mistakes are always a fundamental base for learning.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So the two things that came up during this time.
Hmm.
One is one I would like to note, just mention here, that you said with work you had family time and you were working like 8 to 10 hours, and then you had good time at the gym also. You were practicing French and you were cooking
Yes.
and cleaning at home as well.
Yeah, whatever the
So
task was.
yeah,
Yes.
so I just want to mention here to everyone that is here watching this right now that it's okay, like your life can happen. It's not like you have to spend very much time every day. Okay, initially it's fine. When you get in the groove at that time, maybe 2 hours is fine. Okay, 2 hours you randomly spend just like this, so it's doable. It's not like you need to give a lot of time every day or every week. Okay, but what matters is every minute or every hour that you are giving to friends. Okay, that the quality time matters.
Yes, I would say that very much
Okay.
because I was never a fan when I started off podcasts and everything, but I still remember when we were prepping. It became my schedule of listening 30-40 minutes by walking on streets, just loudly speaking in French what they said. Sometimes people comes to me like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing, just talking." So that that people says weird, but for me it was helping me to build up the confidence to speak because
Mm,
most of the people, I would say, based on my experience, that people get demotivated when they start because they don't know. When they know, they try to make more effort. And when they make more effort, they make more error in the beginning. And error thrown to be like, it's not happening, it's not my thing, I cannot do it. But when that hurdle passes, things get smoother. That's what I feel. It
yes, you're
just
right.
people stuck at certain point and they don't move it. But I would say it was same for me till the day before exam. Even ma'am, I was literally messaging ma'am, it's not going. I'm just stressed out and everything. But eventually, you know that you prepared enough. You spent a year with friends. You are not like you're gonna be completely blank in front of examiner. You will have something. So I would
Yes.
say it's great. Just be where you are and just try. That's all. And
Mm,
whenever you were saying this, I was getting frustrated because like why there is no shortcuts. But then I understood by myself that there is no shortcut basically.
yes. Okay, well, I do still have a few questions, but I would like to, ask the chat if you have any specific questions, then I could come back to more questions. So, I think Joshua was asking previously that
So
he's very excited to know.
mhm.
So, yeah, eagerly waiting for this stage of the journey. Oh, yeah. So he was saying,
Yeah, I got it.
where,
He wants to be
okay,
chilled at the end of the day where he doesn't have to worry about. You will get it for sure. It's just matter of time you will give. It's just stage by. Do not think about result or do not think about exam. Who is your
yeah,
favorite
well,
teacher at La Fore? I would, should I be more honest?
I'm
I
not
would say.
putting any words, yeah.
Okay, because I didn't study with anybody, but I would say, let me be diplomatic here. Okay. Let me be diplomatic here.
Yeah, so
The
also
teachers
tell
that I
about
came,
your,
yeah, yeah.
your journey with Lafore, maybe. What,
Okay.
and maybe, yeah.
So I would say that when I started, Vibha Ma'am was my teacher. At first, like when I started basically being an A0, I would say. So in the A1 to my exam prep, ma'am were there. And in my speaking, Anjali ma'am helped me a lot finding the mistakes. Then Aarti ma'am was there for like 3 times when we had our crucial exams, like B1 exam that we had it. Then I think in the middle of B2 ma'am appeared for once to check. I'm not sure, but yes, ma'am were there for like 2 times. Aarti ma'am was there. So I would say the teacher I met throughout my journey were perfectly helpful for me because they gave me the feedbacks that I needed. So I would say that teachers all were helpful and literally I'm always grateful for them. But I'm more inclined towards maybe Vibhavam, I would say, because I
Okay,
studied them from A1 to TCF. So yeah.
thanks. But also want to know, for Aarti ma'am, Anjali ma'am, how you're saying that they were very helpful. I know they
Yeah.
were. But can you also tell that, even though you were studying with me, how did they help you? Like, how did
So
you be in touch? Were in touch with them?
basically,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry. So basically, when I started, we had the exam, I would say, pattern, which was a bit different for me because I thought initially that the teacher who is taking our classes usually they will gonna take an exam for speaking as well. But when you said in A1 that okay, I'm not taking an exam of speaking because you are comfortable with me, so you will make mistakes. So then Anjali ma'am shows up on I think A2 speaking, and I had my chance. I spoke with her, and she gave me an advice of trying to slow down. I remember that trying to slow down, perfect your pronunciation in that manner that person can understand it well. So that helped me a lot in B1 because when I adapted it, I was more confident to speak. Then when Aarti ma'am came in B1, I think so, for our main exam, at that time she told me that the time is okay for you. You are not having an issue of time or you are not speaking less. But the main thing that you have to focus is have a structure. That helped me in my B2, where I sharpened the structure. I got my structure, and then through the small suggestions that they gave it, I would say it was more helpful, and the constant suggestions and advices from you were always there. So in that manner, I would say that in particularly speaking, because they took my speaking, so I can say that they helped me to sharpen the skills that I had, I would say. So those small errors, they pointed that these are the errors that you have to work on. So I tried to work on, and it got me in my favor. So that's how they helped me.
Right. Next question is, you passed at first try. Joshua is asking that.
Luckily, yes.
Also mention here that you also gave the B1 exam.
Oh yeah. So my exam TCF was on 4th of September, but when I finished my B1 and I think B2 as well, if I'm not
So
wrong, because
when
our
we were
exam
ending, we were in the middle of B1, I think I suggested you to give the
yes.
exam, give the
And then
exam.
I
Yeah.
was bit of afraid that should I give it or not, but ma'am says that you will get the French atmosphere, you will know how to take care of the situations if you need to speak in front of stranger in French. So that's why I experimented myself for that B1 in July 16th, I would say. So at that time, 8th of July and 16th July was our exam batch started.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of vacation before that. So when we finished our B2, I had my Delft B1. And in Delft B1, I was a bit of afraid because it was for very like it was for me very first time when I went there. They asked my name in French. I literally got silent because I didn't understand the accent of her. So I was like, "Oh, this is a big thing for me. I cannot understand. So how I'm gonna perform in speaking?" But when my listening got passed, my reading got passed, writing was okay. So I had a 1 hour of break between my speaking. At that time, I made my mind, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how ma'am said to me. This is how I will plan the things up. But when I went inside, there were two instructors, not one. So that made me a bit scared. So what I did is I tried to keep smile on my face before starting. As I am talkative person, I started to talk with them a bit so I can get a sense that how they are. So I talked a bit, then we started the session, and I don't know how I responded because at that time I was not even in my mind that what I'm speaking to them or am I answering the question correctly, because I was so anxious that they can see on my face, and they were the second professor was literally smiling that whatever I was speaking in so rush. So at the end she was like, it's okay to be calm, you can breathe. I was like, it's my very first time. And then When I got out, I was literally be like, what I did, I don't know. What are the questions? I don't know. Because I was not in the moment at that time. So the Delft B1 was a learning for me to know where I was wrong or where I have to work more. So that helped me to form the strategies for my TCF.
Yeah, so it really helps if you have given already an exam, any exam, no matter if it's STEF, TCF, or DELF. If you already have given DELF once, at least you know how a French exam
Yes.
will be.
It would be similar kind of, but you will have a courage to face the instructor and speak in French by itself.
Mm. And you will know how exactly a French exam will be.
Yes.
Because matlab, no matter how many exams you have given, you have been giving exams since childhood, okay? School exams, 12th board, college exams, maybe IELTS or any English exams. But
It
then
was
French
two
exams
things.
are a little different, right?
Ma'am
Okay,
says, what's the one learning? I would say be
one
patient.
learning, yeah. Yeah,
Even my laptop wallpaper is don't be in rush, be patient. Things will be okay. That's what I put in my wallpaper because I am by instinct I am not a person who wants to wait for everything, but French made me in that situation where I have to wait for certain things at certain time. So I would say that that journey told me how to be patient with everything, not in terms of just French, but overall in my life as well.
nice. So how French exactly, like it will come when it comes, right? You don't have to
Yes,
rush into it that, make
you
extra long
said one
sentences.
thing at the end that quality matters over quantity because I was doing 4 5 readings a day. I was trying my the best focus to get CLB 7, at least CLB 7. My goal when I started TCF was I'm getting CLB 10. I will get it for sure. Then 10 got to 9, 9 got to 8, 8 got to 7. And I was at the point where I was literally not getting above 6. And I became impatient and then started to do more because I thought that if I will do more, I will recognize my mistake and I will be able to get it. But then I had to be patient to get 7. So then I reduced it. I was a I would say I reduced it. I got less anxious, and at the end, in the exam, I performed it maybe better. I would say.
Yeah, of course. What is the CLB that you got?
Oh, for what?
Reading, finally.
Oh, for reading, it was 489.
Oh, so it was not, it was
Yeah,
just, yeah,
for me, it is a big thing because I told you right in the
yeah.
call as well. Where I passed. I passed my reading. That's what I needed, right? Because I told you if I will fail, it would be only reading where I will fail. But when I saw that only that I literally passed in reading, I was like, okay, now I don't care. I can speak fluently, and that helped me to get nicer CLB in my speaking as well.
Nice. Okay, I would like to move on to the next question. Yeah, Joshua is asking, are you going to continue learning French now that you're done?
Oh, to be very honest, yes, I'm still learning from not like grammar and everything because I know bit. I have my notes and everything. I do not revise every time, but whenever I feel like let's go to French, I do sometime like I would say scroll the notes and everything. But in my Netflix, I still watch French movies. So indirectly, or yes, and I'm helping my classmates as well sometimes. So they ask me some things, so I have to be like, yes. So I would say that I'm still in French environment, not I would say, proper French environment by like attending lectures and finishing up the homeworks and doing practice every day. But I right now also I speak in front of mirror. The flip of the languages, like starting with English and then turn into French, that flicks me a lot right now as well. So I just make fun of myself with this speaking loudly what I'm saying in French. So that makes me feel nicer because I started with no French and then I know then I know French really. That makes me feel happy, and journey was so nice. So I can say that yes, I'm still in the process.
Nick, Varshil does not have trauma from learning French. So
There was
also,
no as in trauma.
no, some people might have some oh shit.
Canadian trauma is
Uh,
bigger than French trauma, so it's bearable.
I wouldn't know.
People who live here, they know it's nothing.
Well, also, sometimes I don't know about content,
Mhm.
what you see and all, but we like just an anecdote types. I share a lot of reels,
Oh yeah,
not a lot lately, so we end up discussing on Instagram now about the contents of those reels and all. So that is
oh
fun
yeah.
as well. And
Yes,
lately, I mean, just for me, it's amazing what my Instagram has been showing me, and
the use
uh,
of
I
Instagram.
built the algorithm brick by brick. So that was,
Nice. That's your effort, and it's paying off for students who are in touch with you.
yeah, yeah. And it's not just you. I sent to all the students who are connected with me on Instagram. So yeah, it's fun. And
It is.
lately, I've been getting some funny reels as well. Sometimes, and you get to really see what people are speaking for real, because what we
Yes.
practice from the textbooks and all for the exam specifically, they they are slower than what real people speak.
Yeah. I had a one
Yeah.
single conversation that I would like to pitch. Might be helpful for people who are trying to have speaking blocks and everything.
Oh
So,
wait. So wait. Huh. Yeah. How to eliminate the speaking block?
okay. So my very first impression, very first time speaking outside of class in French was I went a one coffee store in the downtown where all things were in French, and there were obviously English there. So I went there to just check my knowledge. So I before like I speak, I gave them a warning that I am learning, so I won't be perfect, but let me try. So I asked for coffee and everything, and then she that lady told me that this is a mistake because I was speaking something wrong. I'm not remembering it properly. So I think I said je voudrais, and it was a pronunciation mistake where I made like harsh tone. So she was correcting me. So she gave me full sentence, and then I was like, okay, that's my main mistake. So that I kept in mind, but it was fantastic because in the middle of English people, like all Canadians speaking English, you are walking there, you are speaking in French, getting your order, and just like people are seeing you and asking, "Do you know French?" It's like a bit, yes. So at that time, I motivated a lot, and then in term of I would say speaking blocks, my major block was pronunciation, the tone, and I was getting not enough ideas when I started how to like I would say the regular day conversations. So what I did is I used to speak with ma'am in class all the time. We used to have discussions for random things, day to day life, what work I'm doing, I would say, or what type of activities I like, or what are my future plans for next weekends and everything. So I would say that there is nothing as a magical method that I have. I used to only speak whatever you can, speak wrong if you need to. speak with your friends, speak with your classmates. Um, in our class, there were less people, I would say, but we used to speak a lot after the class as well. We used to have like 2 hours of team meetings to just randomly utter about everything what we are doing in the day. And at that time, we used to only use that language. So that helped us a lot in term of building the confidence, because when you build the confidence, you know how you gonna work on it. Because for, I would say, just practice or record yourself, you won't be doing it just because it's my suggestion. It's not yours. Everybody has different style of learning. In our class, one of the student, can I say name? Okay.
Don't say, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Okay.
know.
So that student had nice fluency, and that student was able to explain everything. At that time, it was not my strategy. So I was influenced by the student as well, that should I try this method? I asked that student how I can do it, but that was not appropriate for me. So the basic advice I would give is just try to speak without fear. Nobody's judging, because I would say if you are speaking in front of stranger, it might sound rude, but they don't know. You can speak whatever you want. So just speak. As I was saying, I was roaming around street and just saying by myself on the topics. For an example, environment. I was just talking about environment without saying time, right? So that flow built uh, a habit to me that I can speak a lot. From 1 minute to 1 hour was the maximum I spoke in French. So I would say just speak. That's the basic thing. And when you will speak it, you will know the strategies by yourself.
Okay. Also, by now, all of you must know that he is talkative. So this comes also
Okay.
according to your traits.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if
Sorry.
someone is no, no, it's good. No, no complaints.
Okay.
So it comes with yourself also. Like if
Yeah.
so Anjana as this, and I know that she could be shy sometimes. So in that case, I would say that just take off that fear of people listening to you, people judging, and in many cases what I have seen is people fear what others will perceive.
Yes.
And
That's why I
yeah,
said just say whatever you want. People are not judging you.
exactly.
And even in your class, nobody's judging because all are at the same pace.
Yeah, and all are worried about themselves.
Yes.
So yeah. Okay, well, Anjana, I hope this answers your question. If you have any specific questions, you can ask also. Even Sharan, you ask the same thing. But also, okay, Sharan has a slightly different question. How did you improve the speaking?
Okay. So basically, the main improvement where like I got was in B1, because in A1, A2, I was not speaking that much. My focus was to learn grammar and be perfect. Now, I would not say be perfect, but I would say more inclined towards writing. So that was my approach till A2. But when sudden announcement from ma'am goes in classroom that we are using French in day to day, I was like, okay, now I have to be worried more about French. So what I did is I tried to communicate, but I got anxious, and I asked ma'am that can I get a week of vacation. So in that week of vacation, what I did is I tried to build some small sentences while writing. So I would write what I need to say, and then I would speak it in that week to make a habit of speaking. But when slowly I got a habit of speaking with ma'am daily in the class, so here a small advice is speak in class, right? You are there for a 1 hour. It's just not to off like turn off the camera and sit there. Speak there because that's the only time in our day-to-day life, in our busy life, where we are working or maybe studying or doing other things than French. So that's the only time where we have to speak French. So I would say that that part helped me a lot to speak. So B1 starting, I was hesitating a lot. Then I started to speak slowly, wrong as well. Ma'am was correcting every time, every pronunciation, every words. But at the starting of B2, I was at the level that I can speak with the nice pronunciation than before, with nice tone, then I would say nice words than before, right? So that speaking daily helped me a lot. Then practice with my classmates out like after the classes, or I would say on the weekends, because on the weekdays I was busy. So I used to have a speaking sessions with my classmates that helped me a lot. So B1 from B1 to I would say at the end of TCF, nothing was changing as people says that record yourself, but I do not like to record myself. So I was not doing it, but I was doing in either in front of ma'am or in front of my classmates. That's all. So there is nothing as a magical trick again. I would say that I just spoke, I understood grammar, I tried to speak whatever convenient for me. Either it is wrong or right, it doesn't matter. It just you speak, your fear will go, you will speak more naturally, and when you will speak more naturally, you will have lesser chances of making errors. That comes naturally. But the main thing is just to like start to speak, share your ideas in French. Or I would say when you will be listening a lot in French, you will understand most of it. Because what I understood is listening makes your speaking good, based on my experience, and reading makes your writing good.
Hmm.
So when you listen more, you will understand more and you will speak more because you will use slang sometimes in informal conversation, which normal people don't do it. So listen more, that reflects to speak more. And if you are reading, please do, because I was not. So please do reading. So you will get more vocabs, you will get more sentence structures, you will get certain ideas for certain topics. Because in TCF or TEF, nothing is predicted. It always like you are sitting on hot seat on KBC and anything can be asked. So yeah, listen more, speak more, read more, you will directly get benefit in writing.
Okay, good. One thing that came up here for me was about conjugation. So, what I see many times is that while speaking, people have trouble conjugating. Even like everyone does, even I do, even you did, in the ending as well. So, how do you manage the conjugations?
Should I be modest or say, ah, it's okay, I did it? Okay.
Well, no, you
Just
can.
joking. Just joking. So I would say that I made lot of efforts in A1, A2 because we had a one homework I remember. Five tenses. It was simple présent, then passé simple, then future proche. I think
No, not passé simple, no.
oh passé simple I made by myself. Sorry, I prepared it in A1 because from
I
that
know.
book.
Let me tell you,
So
it's passé composé, futur simple, euh, passé récent, futur proche, impératif,
imperfect.
imparfait.
Yes.
Then in A2, I add conditionnel, subjunctif, and plus que parfait.
Yes, but for the A1, I think I had six tenses, and there were
Hmm.
there were verbs that given by ma'am in classroom. So what I did was there was like 40 around, I would say. Yeah. So I made Excel sheet. I was I made a column of each tense. I was writing the conjugation. So when I was writing it, I was memorizing them. And I had a copy of that homework in my laptop still now. So whenever I was forgetting something, till A2, I was remembering everything. But after B1, I never, like, I would say, I never needed to look for some regular use verbs, because that was instinct now. Because I would say memorize them from A1 to A2. So those 6 months helped me a lot till the end of it, because some people make conjugation mistake very frequent in speaking, right? Even sometime in writing if they are not conscious enough. So that helped me a lot, because I did revision so many times that it came to me naturally for the words which were, for an example, parler ou rencontre, savoir, then connaître, comprendre, apprendre. So there were some basic verbs which were memorized to me, and it helped me a lot. So I would say that for conjugation, prepare it at the base, because for some of my classmates it's still problem. So
Yeah.
if you will work hard in the beginning, you will not gonna have hard time at the end, because hard time is the time where you need to be on your toes every time for exam. So there are other ways. So keep base strong so you can worry about things later for the precious time that you have for exam.
And I feel that is one mistakes a lot of students do, that they don't care about the conjugations in the beginning, and in the end there is so much to do in addition to conjugation. So if you practice your conjugations right in the beginning, you will be able to focus on vocab and sentence structure in B1 B2.
That's true.
Okay, for my current students, they are in A2 batch, and I have given them a very long homework. It's about 1,000 points, about 30 verbs. I have reduced the verbs because and
And we did
yeah,
lot.
none of them is doing it right now, and I texted all of them that it is important that you do it, and you will realize it later, but just do
Yeah.
it now, for just because I am saying. And I hope some of them do it. Let's see. Okay, the next question: what is the one thing looking back at your journey that makes you realize La Forêt was the perfect choice for you to learn French?
So I didn't explore any options. For me, the basic principle that I set in my life is, as I am a person who cannot choose between the choices, so I never have other choice. I asked to my friend's friend who was learning. He told me that this is how they are approaching, and the main reason to choose was they know Hindi and English both. So whenever I need to ask something, I can use either Hindi or English, right? So that in term of that language thing, I chose La Fore, and I personally believe that with whomever you study, at the end you are the one who gonna make efforts. Nobody gonna come to you, sit and will say that, okay, this is my blessing. You will tomorrow clear TCF or TEF, right? So I would say that when I knew teachers, when I got my orientation, when I started my journey till the end of the journey, I would say that the Lafore was perfect, balanced choice that I made. Just because the syllabus that they had for a 1 year to prepare, because most of the people join where they don't know anything about French. So the syllabus that we have for A1, A2 makes you makes your path for being till B2, because some people can quit, and I saw that. So that syllabus was helpful. Plus teachers I mentioned before, and the support that sometime I had a problem with my class timing. So Sudhir sir was there. So I would say that for me was never a problem, but it can be vary to person to person. But for me, it was always satisfactory. So yeah, for me, it's a right choice, and I forwarded these feedback to my friends as well, who are now learning from the same institute as I did.
Thanks. And since you mentioned Saurabh, I would like to also tell you that since you left or like you finished your course, we yeah, not just since this was long back, but our team has been increasing a lot lately. It's so in office team there is a lot, and we have a specific team now to support the students, the mentor team.
Right.
Yeah, did you have any interaction with them at that time?
I think so. Not at that time, but I think Himanshu share messaged me,
Yeah,
and then
Hemant. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
Yeah, so not so Saurabh was uh initially handling all the students, but have a separate department for the students and separate for the classes and all.
that's great.
So yeah, it's when it's all the questions that when to book the exam, how to book the exam, and any support with the classes for any notes or everything is also possible now.
Hmm.
So
That's
yeah.
so nice.
Yeah,
Thank you
well,
to them
okay.
as well.
Yeah, a big thanks to them because,
Yes,
you know, in the forefront you only see the teachers, but
yes,
uh it's not just the teachers.
yeah, that's true.
Okay. Rutvi is asking which tutor did you learn from?
The tutor who is taking a live right now.
Well, okay. Suggest some French shows and movies
Ah, French shows and movies. Mine
because
are
you
bit
said that you
odd.
watch them.
Yeah. So one of my classmates suggested me to see the movie. Not movie, it's a web series in Netflix named as in Lupin. Then I saw Money Heist in French. Then I saw Berlin, like Berlin in French. Then all Avenger series in French. Then Spider-Man in French. I don't have any specific shows in my head, but yes, I was watching daily vlogs of people in YouTube and reels that members sending. So there are a couple of movies which I remember, but Money Heist has five seasons, so you will last till a month if you will like watch properly by turning on subtitles and listening it well. That would help as well, but it's a bit of intermediate, so I would say I'm not sure that if that interests you, but there are certain YouTube channels or YouTube vlogs that you can see. There are not like I wouldn't I was not a person who was like following a channel in YouTube, but yes, random in shows in my YouTube home, I was just selecting them like, and I was seeing a vlog of a person who was moving a apartment. I, I was not interested in it, but it was nice in French, so I just listened it. And there are some podcasts in Spotify. So movies are less for me. I was a podcast person, so I was listening podcast while walking on streets at night. But yes, movies you can not in Netflix. All the Hollywood movies are in French as well. You can change the language and see if you can find your interesting genre or whatever. But yeah, Lupin is a French base, so you will see more authenticity in French language because it originated in French. So you will know places as well in Paris.
There's a one more thing, we keep saying that, like, there's a stereotype, I would say, that French movies are boring. Could be true. Well, could be. There are boring French movies. Yes,
I
a
don't
lot.
see them though.
Because I saw one, forgot the name.
Okay.
I saw one movie which was very slow. It was interesting, but very slow. Interesting in the way that what is happening is okay, but it's very slow because, uh, yeah, it was that. Uh, then there are movies which are exactly like Bollywood films. Okay, exactly, because they are the remakes of, either Mexican films or Bollywood films. There are films like that. So movies full of dance, music. The movies like comedy types. Like in we have Dhamal, or we have
Iconic.
Houseful.
Okay.
Yeah, there are movies
Nice
like that in
choice.
French, like originally in French as well, and they are easily findable on Netflix.
There was a show
So
that you told me, if you can remember the name. It was a gaming
which one?
show.
It was on Amazon Prime at that time. I don't
Yes.
know. So it was, I don't know if I can find it or no, but yeah, it was. So there are reality TV shows as well.
Yes.
Like we have Big Boss, and like we have uh I don't know, Indian Idol. I think they have a KBC. Lately on Instagram, I've been getting reels. I don't know if other people I've been getting them as well. But the reels of, these tele-reality games where, they show pictures of different cheeses and people have to.
I had that question in my desk even in speaking.
Oh, tele-reality?
I told you, right? It was why
Yeah.
people are choosing it. So I had to differentiate why people choose and what's the reason behind it. So I gave an example of Master Chef.
They have. So, I binge watch Gordon Ramsay on YouTube. Uh, and it's something like, do you know Kitchen Nightmares on YouTube? God, no?
Sorry. Oh,
Yeah, exact same thing in French.
okay.
Exact. There's one celebrity chef, but he's calmer than Gordon Ramsay. Gordon,
Okay.
yeah, he shouts. But this exact same thing. So at that point, I was convinced that, anything that you have in English or Hindi, you can find the same genre in French, for
Yeah,
sure. So
that's
it
true.
is just a matter of finding. You know what you like already by now. So you can just find it out for sure.
And just a simple method is go on Netflix, choose whatever Hollywood movie you want to choose. There will be a French.
Yeah, that's
90%
the
of the
easiest
case, it
thing.
will be there
Hmm.
rather than just
Because
keeping
French,
your mind
yeah.
in everything.
Mhm. Yes. Okay. Moving on to next question. Do you want to learn any other language?
Oh, okay. Yes, Spanish is next target because
Oh,
French is similar to Spanish. And there is one of my coworker who is from Mexico. So when I told him that I'm learning French, he said that Italian and Spanish can come naturally to you in understanding. So not like rigorously to give exam or something, but just for fun, I would say that I like to learn Spanish. But I just know hola amigo, that's all. Just from music. Nothing more than that. I don't know. Camus, no, it was Camusama. No, I literally I'm just making things up. It's Camusama. No, it's French. Sorry. But yes,
I don't
I
know.
would like to learn Spanish.
¿Cómo estás?
Yes, see, you are Spanish.
No, I don't know Spanish.
So yes, Spanish would be interesting language to learn or maybe speak a bit.
Yeah. I also want to learn new languages, but then I feel that Because of my profession, I shouldn't because I will lose touch with French. I don't know if it will happen or not. I'm just worried so I don't start.
Ask me, I can have, like, I have regrets. I told you in messages as well
Yeah.
that I'm getting bored now. Oh, yes, that's true.
So Arvind is asking for that Excel file. I don't know how you could share that.
I can send, I think ma'am will have it. Like, ma'am
It's on your
has that.
classroom.
Yes.
Like what I
I
can do is so we already have a blog related to it. It's just a list of verbs and you can conjugate them yourselves. Okay. The list of verbs I will be able to send in the chat maybe later. Okay. So, Arvind, it's just a list of verbs that I give to the students, and you conjugate in all the forms. Okay. So, I will share that list. And I think I have shared it in a previous slide, but I will share that again. Uh, Anjana is asking, while in the process, so she thanks you first. Anjana. Uh, while in the process, while doing the exam or practice tests, what did you do when you couldn't understand certain parts for listening?
that's a micro partition of my listening, I would say. So having marks and listening, I'm still surprised. Okay, so till the end of the practice, I was not getting like consistent marks in either listening or reading. So I would say when I was not understanding it properly, so at that time, it was always about not the audio, it was always about the mindset that I am in at that point. Because if I was referring it or listening it second time when I'm calmer, for an example, rather than doing on the work day where I'm busy and came from work and started to do listening. So I was not even understanding what I was understanding without any stress or tiredness. So to understand it, I just tried to listen it twice, thrice. It was the also the same for Cosmopolitan audios as well. Ma'am used to say that gave answer in first try, but it was never the case. It was always like two times, maybe sometime three times. So yes, listen again. And for if you are listening podcasts every day in like slow French or like understandable French where the vocabs and the sentence structures are not that high, it will help you help as well to understand and listen the ones that you are tackling in your cosmopolite or for your maybe TCF or TEF practice. So I got to the point where I was listening in 1.5 or 2x for the same podcast that I was listening before. So I trained my ear for speed as well. So when you will do in slow French, you will understand it more better. And that will reflect in your confidence. And when you are comfortable with that speaking section, you will do better in your practice test or whatever test you are taking. So listen well, try to make a habit to listen podcast. So that will help you a lot. And if you have an option to slow down the audios, if you are doing from YouTube, slow it down. Watching movies, turn on subtitles. That's all you can do.
But slowing down is, I mean, I don't know. It worked for you, maybe, but I would say that it's a
No, I
little
never slowed
contradictory.
down, but you shouldn't make it habit. That's
Mm.
up to you if you're making a habit.
Yeah, so not always, but just for the part
For
that you don't
beginning,
understand.
if you are
Mm.
struggling, then you get comfortable, your ear get trained to listen fast.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Uh, I had a few questions in the chat. If anyone has a questions, please put them. For now, I will ask my questions. Also, you are okay, right? I know it's late
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
No, no, go ahead.
Is it late? Okay.
No, it's
Um,
8:41. It's fine.
oh, okay. So you talk about your break. I don't even remember it, but tell me what happened during that break. What did you do that you were able to bounce up again, bounce back?
So I would say that I saw demotivation after A2 because people with whom I was studying, they were not ready for B1, and that reflected on my mindset as well. So as I wanted to finish French in my first go, I was still motivated, but when I saw the videos and the level of French in Cosmopolitan B1, even in reading the passages that we used to do, leçon basically, before coming into the class. It was making my mind in that manner that I don't know anything about French. So that was reflecting on the process during the class as well and the practice that I was doing after the class. The day was getting stressed for me. So what I decided is to take a break. Then when you allowed me to take break, in that mindset, I didn't touch French till 2, 3 days. Then I revised A2 grammar, which I had the notes with me. I revised from it. Then I started to listen YouTube videos regularly and listen to podcasts. So those 2, 3 days made me a bit of ace that I can understand and I can. So from that grammar revision and that seeing having a habit of listening, that reboosted my confidence. So when I joined it and gradually we started to get in Cosmopolis, that helped me a lot for bounce back, I would say. So B1 was the toughest part, I would say, for my whole journey because in the beginning, I was literally at the verge of just not doing anything. I was so tired that I didn't want to even continue the journey of French. It was at that period. But as you have the necessity, I said, every time, there is no other way for me to go. Right. So
Mm.
that was the only way to go ahead. So I was like, okay, let's do it. I made it to half. Now it's the half remaining. So I'm gonna go forward for it. So it was just always like the decision that I made, I shouldn't regret on it. So that's how I kept going. And eventually, when I started to be more habitual of learning French and speaking it, at the end of B1, all was okay.
Okay. Also, tell me, no, not tell me. I just want to tell the students who are listening here. If you decide, like, if you think that you need a break, just talk to your teachers once
Yes.
because they will know because they have been through the same thing
I
and
took
they
after.
know that,
Go ahead.
yeah, they want you to learn, okay? Because sometimes you feel that it's getting too much, but really what's happening maybe is, uh, lack of time or something else, which you interpret as, getting too much. But at that time, always the break is not needed.
For
Okay,
me, I
so
always took break after exam, if you remember. Even a week before my exam, if you remember, I
yeah,
didn't
but it
study
was
2, 3 days.
because you always had to go on your work trip.
That's the different part as well, yes. But for some time, I was asking ma'am to get a break because the things were. I don't believe in study every day when you are not in a mood of study, right? The way you said before, that quality matters. It doesn't matter how much you are studying, it matters with which mindset you are studying. So I was not touching when I was not fully ready with my mind, but I was consuming it in a video manner. So French was never away from me when even I was on break as well. I used to watch videos. I used to still listen YouTube, sorry, the podcast and everything. So I was just taking break from studying and practicing it on laptop, not with like on day-to-day life.
Yeah. Also want to really clarify here that when you go on a break, it does not mean break
Yeah.
from French. It's just a break from classes. You
Yes.
still have to practice if you, and it depends on your objective. If you really want to do it, then you do it properly.
Yeah.
Okay, my next question was about your 1 or 2 hours of study. So
Mhm.
in that, like for every day, what was your schedule like in this 1 or 2 hours of study? Because this was very dedicated, very focused 1 or 2 hours, I'm assuming.
Yes. So basically, from my school days as well, I used to make timetables and everything. It sounds very studious, but this is what I am, right? So I had a habit that in the weekends I will plan everything for a week. I will divide each category, meaning, okay, Monday I'm going to do listening and speaking. Second day I'm going to do writing and reading. And then I will alter change them with each other. For an example, Wednesday would be listening with writing, then speaking with reading. So I was changing it. Plus, when I was not doing exam prep, when I was in my A1, A2, right? On the phase of learning, not exam prepping, right? So at that time, I used to uh, do the lesson that you were telling and the kahir that we had it sometimes, right? But that got habituated in B1 for me because, as I told you, the B1 was very hard for me to get step up from A2 to B1. So I used to have a kahir for my that 1 2 hours that I have, and on the weekdays I was not able to give more hours, right? So I used
Mm.
to study in weekends for like sitting at 9 o'clock, 9 to 5 basically. That was a job for me. So 9 to 5, I used to revise the grammar concepts. I was writing. I was listening, like all the things that you do practice basically, right? But reading was not like solving the problems, but just to read from the documents that we have. For an example, Cosmopolitan. But to be very honest, I was not that good in reading, which is shown in my result as well. So, yes. So those hours were dedicated and well, like I would not say well planned, but I was planning every time. My WhatsApp notes are full with like I have my WhatsApp business and my Indian number WhatsApp. So I used to text myself that okay, this is the things that I'm gonna do. So now if I see back, it just have grocery list and French list. That's all. So yes, I used to plan on weekends for the weekdays, and weekends were always the big part of my prep where I was studying whole day basically, and then family time and gym and a bit of relax.
Okay. So for the viewers, just some trivia. Varshil does go to gym up quite a lot when
six
he's
days a week.
frustrated, when he's
Yes,
tired, every
yes.
time. Anything happens, I'll go to the gym. Yeah.
That's
So yeah.
the, I would say, it was a stress buster.
Mm.
I think so indirectly it helped me to be in the journey because the stress was getting over there. So yes, the second thing, if you're feeling that you will quit, just have a one hobby aside you. It can be dancing, it can be hiking, it can be skiing, it can be rock climbing, it can be simple gym, Zumba classes, whatever. Swimming, if you have a swimming pool nearby and you are not in Canada, yes, do it. So
So
yeah, have a one
okay.
hobby which
What
which can
about
help you.
like some people just like to go out with friends. Do you count that as a hobby?
Uh, People will decide me as an I'm an antisocial person because I don't go out. So
Yeah, so you are.
okay, this is decided already. So okay, let me be candid. I would say that for me, going out doesn't matter a lot because some I feel with the vibe. And if people vibe is depressing, I don't get along with them at all. Okay.
Mm.
Because I want to be in my mindset. I want to be in the mood where I am. I don't want anybody's burden or worries when I'm already in stress. So when I was in the prep of my exam, the constant stress was already there. So I was avoiding going out with people just because I didn't want any of the negative vibe, I would say, from others. So for me, that doesn't count as an hobby or refreshment. For me, it was the night walk that I have.
Okay.
Although I
But
have
no.
friends in the gym, but no going out as in like, okay, it's weekend, let's go on club, let's go party or so I don't go clubs, I don't go crazy hiking with friends or anything. It's just my gym, my some friends having a 10 coffee or going McD, that's all. It's once in a while if that happens as well. But mostly the social circle that I have in the gym only, or maybe in my work. There are some friends who are older than me and double of my age, I would say. But I vibe a lot with them. So yes, for me that doesn't count.
Afa asked me what is my hobby, but I don't have a good answer for you. I'm here working quite a lot. I do like to go out sometimes. I have started going to the gym as we discussed
Nice.
previously. Yeah.
Okay,
So
well,
yeah, because it is for the health reasons. I felt
yes.
that it was getting a lot um not lazy, it was getting very sedentary for
See,
me.
that's why I started. Because
Yeah.
this is the phase where you have to be extra hustleful to
Yeah.
be in that
And
mood.
yeah, you know your priorities, so you work for them.
Checklist.
It's very important to have your priorities set.
You should have a goal.
Yes. Okay. My next question is that for your notes, because I know that you have amazing notes. Even I have not seen them, but
Mhm.
we keep talking about them. So, how do you make your notes? What is in your notes?
That's a treasure
Hmm.
for me. Okay, so my notes are simple notes which I take in my Word, like in laptop basically. And okay, I have notes as well, written in paper. Okay,
Hmm.
so what I usually write is if I'm, for an example, if I'm studying a one tense, let's take empowerment. So I will go through the material that we posted on Classroom if I'm learning empathy by itself. So first is whatever you give or whatever you presented in the class. That's my first priority to go. Then I have a grammar book that you suggested. I think you suggested to your all students as well. So over there, I read everything. From that, I make some sentences and I memorize what I read. Then what I do is I go in YouTube. I do more practice from the videos which are posted in YouTube by online tutors. Then what I do is from the all the knowledge that I got from your resources, grammar book resources, and the YouTube resources, I combine them, I memorize them, and without seeing anything, I type everything in the word. So that helped me to clear my mind, like to understand that well. And now I'm writing in very simple language which I can understand. So whenever I'm reading back, I can recall everything what I studied at that time. So that's how I make my grammar notes. So I have like all the tenses, all the verbs that I did, then some vocabs. Yeah. But mostly grammar I prepared like this.
Hmm. Yeah, so it does help when you have your own grammar notes. Of course, I give you the notes and other teachers do too. But when you have the notes in your own words, it helps you revise properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at the
Also,
exam you will have a you you will be like what I have to do.
hmm,
Or even before your TCF exam, At certain point you have to revise the concept because you don't want to be lose weapon when you are on field, right? So you can revise them quickly. I revised my whole TC before my TCF exam. I think on 3 days before, on 30th of 30th of August, I finished the revision of everything in a day because I had my notes. If you do by yourself at that time, make notes and everything, it's just like 2 3 days of grammar because you cannot consume everything, right? Because you are still making notes. So notes are helpful at the end of like before the exam kind of revision.
Hmm. Nice. Okay. Uh, I had one question, but I forgot. I didn't write this time. About the homework. So in my classroom, I know I have been giving a lot of homeworks, and I know you finished all of them, which was like a big job. And so what is your comment, your take on these homeworks and the
Okay.
importance of, yeah.
I like to finish my homework because it's a sense of completion for me, right? As I'm doing from the beginning of my study, right? From first standard. So I like to finish my homework. And I think the homework are structured in the manner with you guys specifically is they will not gonna help you instantly, but they will help you indirectly when you are using or practicing any of the skills for your exam. For an example, the verb conjugation that you give, it is too long for a person,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
like for us, it was 40 verbs and 5 tenses, right? So it's too long, and we had enough days to finish it, I would say. So that helped a lot for some people who revise them or memorize them so they didn't have to look when they were speaking at the stage of exam prep. But the people who didn't do it, I have some classmates who didn't do it. So now they ask for files or the way how to conjugate, how to memorize them. But it was some basic principle that the homework that teachers gave, it meant to be on purpose. And okay, I can be sound boring because I'm not in student side this way. So if I'm doing it, I'm sorry, but homeworks are important to finish. They are meant to be your practice. So
Okay.
yes, do homework regularly, just like your parents says.
Do your homework.
Yes, do your homework on time.
Yeah. And it does, as adults, we do sometimes we might feel a little weird that what is this? Why do I have homework? But that's what it is. If you're learning something, you have to work for it. And because you don't work for it yourself, there is homework. Simply.
If you will not have it at moment, you will have it at the end, but you will have it.
Yeah.
If you need in stressful condition, do it at the end. If you don't need in stressful condition, do it in the beginning. That's the basic sense.
Well, yes. So these were my questions, and I think the chat has no more questions as well. You tell me anything you want to end with.
This is a pressure. Okay, what should I say? Nothing. French journey was amazing in total. I was missing French when I was finishing up my English test. And I messaged you a lot of time
Yeah.
that I'm missing French. I'm missing French. But yes, it was an quite interesting journey for me from not wanting that and being in front of you. That's I would say filmy story for me because yeah, there was so much roller coasters. I I cried sometime when I was very down of not learning it. On the day when I got my result, I was so happy, but I was so sad as well because I didn't get in writing what I was expecting. On the call, I told you as well, right?
Yeah.
But the sense overall for me was I finished in the goal which I had it to finish under 12 months. I know some days were left, but it was technically under 12 months.
And it was just
So,
because you couldn't get an earlier date. You would have done it
oh yeah,
earlier.
I was wondering for August, but I I went to Toronto for exam, so it's fine. That was an amazing journey. Like a bit of stress. What I'm gonna do is I was not getting exam dates in Calgary. If I would have redo it, it would took me so long to get right. So I was very happy when I got it. But as you know, that when you worked hard, you just feel that happiness for like 2 minutes or more. Then you will be like, I'm satisfied now, right? So that didn't last long, but yes, the sense of it that I got it was more after days passed through where I was like, okay, now I don't have classes. Okay, then I finished it. So every time I feel it, I feel grateful about this that yes, I got it. There was a luck, there was a hard work, there were,
Of course, there's luck involved.
yes, I'm sure about this. So there was a luck, there was the teachers like you. So yeah, always grateful to share my journey or to even remember this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also thankful because you keep your gratitude makes me very motivated actually.
Oh,
Because
yeah, you deserve this.
well,
I told you multiple times that after, like, okay, this is also filmy. Sorry, again. Uh, I told you before the exam as well that after some time, when somebody's making this much efforts for you, that becomes your responsibility to make it happen. That's what I feel, and that's how I approach. So yes,
that is a good approach, but a little binding. So I mean, if it's for you, then good. But yeah, I don't expect anyone to feel the same way.
I know it is binding and it is sometimes self-torturing as well, but this is how I conduct
Yeah, so
myself.
that worked in your favor. So
Yeah,
that's good.
because by nature, default, I am a person who doesn't want to do anything.
Mm.
Okay, I don't do anything. I do on purpose on the goals. That's all. So yes, it was interesting journey, and I would be happy if you need me for any other time. I would be always open.
For sure. Yeah, so for the chat as well, any questions that you have, I will not give out Varshil's contact details directly. You can direct the questions through our team. Okay, he's always available for us, for you all as well. So anytime you have any questions, Varshil has done some calls with our students previously as well on Google Meet or anything like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm very thankful that you still want to do this because yeah, you did not have such help maybe. Uh, but I'm glad
that's
you are able to give this help to others.
That's the main motivation because when I needed to ask questions to students, there were nobody in contact. We had it, Chaitanya, and I'm thankful for him as well. But it was very end when I was struggling. Yes,
Yeah, at that time, yeah. But at that time, it was only me and
yes. But you
maybe other
helped at certain
faculties or
level,
other
yes.
students. Yeah,
But student can understand it well, so I think so. But yes, I'm open for next session if you have it or if any help that you need.
yeah, that's very nice of you. Well,
It's my
I have
always
taken
pleasure.
up a lot of your time and
That's
I'm
perfectly
very
fine.
thankful for this. Do let me know if any case or anything. We stay in touch. And thank you so much. We end the session here. and
Okay.
we will connect later.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Au
much. Au
revoir.
revoir.
Merci bien.
I don't know how to end this. Okay, Varshil ended. Yeah. Okay, au revoir. Bye. Ciao.